Hey everyone, Once Bitten here with Game 5 of Buckeye Battles 2016, my Beastlord's army versus an Empire of Sonnstahl. So, if you've been following the last several games, you know that I've been doing pretty well. I'm undefeated so far in the tournament. I'm actually on the top table going into Game 5. But the problem is I'm playing a guy who he's not only undefeated, he's been crushing everybody. He is many points ahead of me, and I'm not even sure if I can win the tournament. I'm not sure I can beat him badly enough to win the tournament over him. And if I can, it's probably a situation where just needs to get 1 or 2 points and he's got it, which kind of sucks. And I think it got into my head a little bit more than I would do it again. I think the best things to do is just to play the game and see what you can get. But regardless, so the scenario is it's kind of a weird deployment scenario. If you know in the main rule book, the deployments scenario where one of you is an attacker and one of you is a defender. In this one, we both deploy as if we're the attacker, which means instead of being able to deploy on the 12-inch line, in the middle of the table, you can only deploy in the 9-inch line, and only on the perimeter and then you deploy on the 15-inch line. We both have an extra model on the table. It's just a model with typical human hero level stats and like a 5 ward save, and you get scenario objective points if you can get yours across the board all the way off, if you can kill or wound the other one and stuff like that. All right, so my opponent, knowing that to win the tournament, he really just needs not to lose big. He doesn't need to win big, may not even need to win, just don't lose big. He just deploys all on the back line and just says, have fun coming at me. So starting on the right, I don't think I'm even going to post his list because I'd have to track it down and type it up. But there's a lot of it doesn't really matter. He's got a steam tank, got a unit of great weapon knights back there, a cannon, a unit of upgraded knights here. If you look, I'll go to the picture on the very front right. That's his messenger model, and then the front right at the unit of knights, he's got his a knight commander, and he's got the rune fang. So he's got like 3 or 4, I think 4 attacks, and they automatically wound, no armor save. And then he's got a battle standard bearer in there. Let's see, next to it is the altar of battle, and then he's got his arcane engine with foreseen. He's got a spellcaster in the front of that unit of halberdiers. What is that? Heavy infantry with halberds. To the left of them, a unit of fanatics. Left to them, you have Knights of the Sun Griffin, a cannon, and then these readers. He deployed completely before I deployed, and I didn't like the idea of setting up on the 9-inch line. So I thought what I'd do is take these 2 units, put them on the 15-inch line, and rush one flank and try to overpower them and move to the left. I think I can kill a steam tank quickly enough, especially if I can get a shot or 2 off on him with my Centaur hero, and then Minotaurs or my general's unit should be able to finish it off without taking too much time to do it. And then both these units I feel comfortable going against the knights, and I fear that my best option is to bum rush the right flank. The Minotaurs are, as you can see them, because I didn't want his cannon on the left to be able to shoot down their flank. In hindsight, I should have just risked it because my opponent has so many targets to shoot at that it'd almost be better for him to shoot at my Minotaurs. Anyway, my Centaur heroes there. I've got a couple units of dogs, a couple chariots. These are on the 9-inch line. Mongrel Raiders, Gargoyles, and then I've got my 2 Gortach over here on the left. One's where you can see him. He's hiding behind that impassable terrain, and one is up on the very top left. Now again, my opponent it's a target-rich environment, so by hiding one Gortach but exposing the other Gortach, it doesn't do me much good because he can still shoot at the other Gortach. I think at this point I didn't feel I couldn't hide both of them anyway. I think the cannon on the right can see the Gortach that is hidden, and I just kind of assumed that front left one's probably going to die. So Vanguard looks like that, and Empire Sonnstahl, of course, goes first. So his line just stays right where it is. He's hugging the back line. He moves his cannon a little bit just so he can shoot at my Gortach. I think the cannon on the left hits him, does 3 wounds. The steam tank fails to hit him, and the other cannon misfires can't shoot this turn or turn 2. So I'll take it. I feel pretty good about that. His readers march up right in my face and shoot and kill 3 gargoyles. I felt that was above average. I think doing the math, it's probably, I mean, he probably should have killed 1, maybe 2 anyways, so whatever. Luckily, they passed the panic. We go to Beast Herds turn 1. So on the right, I'm kind of tripping over myself a little bit. I put my dogs up to where if he doesn't block them somehow, I'm going to get a charge on his cannon. And I bring my Longhorns up as much as I can. And the Minotaurs are kind of stuck behind the Longhorns. I just couldn't fit them around. I was kind of kicking myself for the deployment. Again, I should have just put them 1 or 2 in the second rank. Let's see. If you look at the bottom left, my Gargoyles and my Mongrels charge his readers. I figure readers are light cavalry. That should be okay. That's a bad assumption with readers. 1 unit of my ambushing Wildhorns come on the board. I go 2 by 10. I know he's set up to countercharge with his Knights of the Sun Griffin, but I've got 40 shots on that cannon. I think when I do that, odds are I kill 2. So I'm doing it hoping that I can get just a little bit lucky, kill 3, and you never know, I might panic those Knights of the Sun Griffin right off the table. So I think it's worth the risk. Worst case scenario, I do a wound or 2 to it, and then I've got to take a charge for the Knights of the Sun Griffin, and I'll probably eventually lose that unit. There's that charge. During the magic phase, I cast a Vortex, and it kills 1 knight. Big deal. Go to the shooting phase, and I do 2 wounds instead of 3. So kind of a bummer. I think I would do the same thing again. It was worth a chance. But yeah, so it doesn't matter. The cannon can still shoot as normal. After combat, holy, readers are pretty freaking good, man. They killed 7, I think, 7 Mongrel Raiders. I thought that was crazy. So yeah, that was a waste on my part. I should have just moved the Gargoyles, flown right over their head, and used them to try to get the cannon and just shot at these guys, the Mongrel Raiders. It would have done me more good. All right, so we got Empire Sonnstahl turn 2. He does a little bit of moving around, not too awful much. Overall, it's like that. Knights of the Sun Griffin charge my Wildhorns. I do a stand and shoot, and yeah, I can't do anything to him. Over here, yeah, I'm putting my Centaur Chieftain on the hill. Just, I know he can shoot me with a cannon, but I'm kind of thinking he's not going to. So he's trying to get plink a wound or 2 off of the. I'm sorry, he's trying to plink a wing or 2 off of the steam tank, but it didn't work. This is Empire Sonnstahl turn 2. So his heavy armored knights charge my Centaur hero, and they fail the charge. They needed a long one to get there, but I'm really, really glad they failed, because for him to do anything against this unit, I need to be on the charge at strength 7. I think during magic or something, he kills 1 dog. Overall, I'm happy there. That means I should be able to charge him. And over here on the left, yeah, he kills the Gortach. I hate to see him go down. And after combat, yeah, I knew he was going to win. I knew I'd be steadfast, and steadfast 7 just wasn't enough. That's kind of a bummer. Meanwhile, over here, I forgot to point this out before. So, yeah, he charged his messenger out of the knight unit into my dogs, presumably to keep them from charging the cannon. I can tell you that really surprised me. Really, really surprised me. Ended up being a good move. I couldn't do any wounds to him. He did 1 wound to me, and we all stuck. I was really hoping he would break those dogs, get the dogs out of the way, and allow my chariots to countercharge. As it is, he's just kind of blocking things up right there. It's kind of awkward. So go to Beast Herds turn 2. I take my general's unit and just kind of move him around that guy. I know his knights can charge me pretty easily, but that unit is pretty good against knights, so I'm okay with it. If you look at the very top right, I take the Centaur Chieftain and charge him into that unit of knights. I like my odds there. I think I'll kill 2 or 3. The problem is the ones coming back have a decent chance of killing him, so I'm just hoping he fluffs his hits a little bit. And again, I'm in slightly awkward position with my Minotaurs. They're kind of behind my general's unit. It's just awkward all game. I'm just kicking myself for insisting on not having at least 1 in the second rank. Meanwhile, my second unit of Wildhorns show up, and I just put them behind the Knights of Sun Griffin. I can shoot right over their head because the cannon's on a hill, and I don't think he even gets cover saves for that. I don't remember how we played it one way or the other, but I don't think he does. I think I just shoot at that cannon. It doesn't matter if he gets a cover save or not. Either way, I'm going to do it. It's 40 shots. I need 1 wound. Surely I can get 1 wound on that guy. So there's that charge on the right. The tempting thing was not to charge him in, but just to dance him around. And I mean, he could shoot a bolt thrower at the cannon. He could go after the steam tank. My concern is the cannon. He's probably not going to kill it. I'd have to hit it wounded and then roll 3 on D3. This way, I think I can get this unit off the table, and I might be able just to overrun off the table and be safe on my next turn. So I like that. Then we go to the magic phase, and it's still to this day. And this game was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. So mad about this. So we're in the magic phase. I decide to cast the vortex right on top in the middle of his lines. He's got his altar of battle, his arcane engine, his knights. Everybody's just sitting there in one clump. I'm like, let's throw that vortex there and just see if we can kill a bunch of guys. Throw 4 dice at it and get irresistible force. It lands directly on his general's head and does nothing. So then I miscast. I roll a 4 and land a big template on his head, put a wound on my spellcaster, and kill half this unit. So I just shove this unit right up to where his knights can charge me easily because I've got 30 bodies there or more, and I'm saying, come get me. And now I'm like, I just took out over half my unit. So dumb. So dumb. After shooting, yeah, we killed the cannon, so that's nice. I got that going for me. The Centaur Chieftain, I think he killed 3 of the knights. He took a wound in return, and he charges just 1 inch shy of going off the board. So now if that cannon wants to kill him, he's probably going to kill him pretty easily. Go to Empire Sonnstahl, turn 3. Yeah, he says, hey, screw it. Let's take the knights with his knight commander and BSB into my Longhorn unit. The Minotaurs, of course, are not positioned to countercharge because I've been just screwing up with their movement the whole game. Steam Tank charges a Chariot just to get easy points. If you look on the left, Knights of the Sun Griffin charge my Gortach. I'm actually not too worried about that. I'm a little bit worried this turn on the charge because his riders have some high strength attacks. He has a lot of strength 5 attacks. Just overall, if I can just roll a 6 in combat, I can probably heal enough wounds to stay alive, and with D3 wounds each on top of additional wounds I do, I think he should be okay against Knights of the Sun Griffin. There's this. He's gonna win. I'm gonna be steadfast unless he kills my general, and I'm not letting that happen. I think I'm getting a challenge, or not, I don't know, whatever. I'm keeping my general away from his general. And other than that, I'm pretty confident about staying alive. If you notice, this messenger, my dogs are still sitting there. My dogs can't do a single wound to him. And yeah, he's easily going to win that. And I'll admit, I'm a little nervous there, but I think I might be okay. And after combat, yeah, he does a bunch of wounds. It's not too bad. I'm going to stick around. I'm not doing wounds on him because I just can't get past a 1+ armor save. Strength 5 means he has a 3-up armor, and I swear he will not roll a 1 or 2. Just saves everything. Chariot dies very much. And yeah, he did some wounds on my Gortach. My Gortach couldn't do any wounds in return. I was really disappointed in that, but I stuck, so I think now I don't know. I just think I'm going to be okay there. I trust this Gortach. So Beastlord's turn 3. Overall, it looks like that. So I have to reform the Minotaurs just to get him in counter-charging position. I wasted a whole turn for that. So mad. I took a Chariot into the steam tank. I'm going to lose this eventually, but I need to stay alive, to stay locked in combat this turn, so that we're locked in combat on my opponent's turn, and he doesn't turn that steam tank around and plow into my Longhorn unit. That's what I need to happen. The problem is he's going to do grinding attacks that I think have a decent chance of killing this guy. 2d3, I think it is. Yeah, so let's see. I'm shooting at his fanatics, killing a bunch of them. Can't complain about that. And that didn't work. So that sucks. Now I just fed him a Chariot on my turn. I hate doing that. And over here, yeah, I'm still just can't wound these Knights of the Sun Griffin. I mean, he's not doing too many wounds to me. I think I'm okay. But yeah, it's kind of frustrating. Kill him. At least I'm not being shot at. That's a duplicate picture of me shooting at his fanatics. And after combat, yeah, it would be okay. But the problem is, this is my turn. So we're going to have my opponent's turn, And I think for the most part, I'd be okay and still be stubborn, and my Minotaurs could countercharge in their flank. The problem is now his steam tank's able to plow into him, and I think I'm toast. So Empire Sonnstahl turn 2, the steam tank plows into my general's unit. Otherwise, you can just kind of see what's going on the board. He takes his fanatics into my guys, do a stand and shoot and kill, I don't know, none of them. That kind of sucks. I thought between shooting at him and then doing a stand and shoot at him, I'd get him down low enough that then after combat, being, it's +1 to hit these guys, that it doesn't matter how many wounds he does to me, I should just kill them all. Maybe not. I was kind of hoping to do a few more wounds than that. This really scares me. That sucks. He took his Altar of Battle into my dog. It's so funny. His messenger and my dogs are sitting there all game long, and finally he's like, screw this. Let's get that dog dead. And yeah, in combat, even with the +1 to hit, my Wildhorns do exactly 2 wounds to the fanatics. And they fail their steadfast and run off the board. That's kind of ticking me off a little bit. Meanwhile, over here, finally, we roll some 6s. I've grown. I'm all the way back to I've only taken 1 wound, and there's only 1 Knight's Sun Griffin left. This finally turned around the way I thought it would go over there. And then, yeah. Actually, this was actually soul-crushing because we counted up combat res afterwards, and we thought that I was down to needing a 4 on the leadership, and then I passed it, which was just awesome. And then we realized a few minutes later that we had forgot something and it's actually on auto break. So that sucks. So yeah, that unit's gone. We go to Beast Herds turn 4. Overall, the board looks like that. Close-up picture's all that really matters. So my Minotaurs charged his Arcane Engine. He was thinking about fleeing and then decided he didn't want, if he fled, my Minotaurs were going to charge his general, and then I guess he could have fled with his general. He decided to stick with this thing because he thought I would line up positioned such that I would kill it and overrun and not hit his general. He didn't realize that I could have done this and kill it and then overrun to his Altar of Battle. So that was definitely good for me. Now keep in mind too, my opponent knows at this point that he's almost certainly won the tournament, and what does it matter anyway? After combat, Minotaurs kill his Arcane Engine, overrun to the Altar of Battle. It looks like that. Yeah, the Gortach finally kills last of the Knights of the Sun Griffin. The problem is this is my turn, so that means my opponent can just shoot me on his turn. His wizard panics and runs. Kind of funny. We go to Empire Sonnstahl turn 5. His knights on the right are just going to safety. We're locked in with the Minotaurs. I'm going back 1. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's showing. That might be that he shot me with something. And after combat, yeah, he shot me and did 1 wound. After combat, the Minotaurs did 3 wounds to the Altar of Battle. I need to do the math on this. Here's what I'm thinking. I charge in there. I've got 4 impact hits at strength 6. Then I've got 30 attacks, possibly rerolling to hit, at strength 5. My opponent has, I believe, a 2-up armor save, which goes to a 4-up armor save, and he has a 4-up ward. I'm thinking I should have done more than 3 wounds. I'm thinking I should have killed the thing outright. But it's possible that the math is wrong. But I was frustrated. At this point, I mean, the game is what it is. But I was really frustrated at this point. Like, come on. Whatever. We go to... let's see. This is showing... Well, I'll show you a better picture of what's happening. This is Beast Herds turn 5. Gortach charges the Halberdier unit. They fail their terror test and run off the board. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. So my opponent's starting to bleed points a little bit. After combat here, we do 1 wound. I have 30 attacks. I did 1 wound. Yeah. Cannon shoots this guy because, of course... we go to Empire turn 6. We finally kill this stupid thing. And Beast Herds turn 6. Minotaurs charge a steam tank. It's going to be tough to kill it outright. After combat, we have 27 attacks, and we do 3 wounds. I don't know what the odds are on that. Had I killed the Altar of Battle when I think I should have, That would have given me an extra combat round, and with decent dice, I think I might have killed this thing. Whatever. It wasn't meant to be. So at the end of the game, I've got nothing left except my Minotaurs. My opponent has plenty of stuff left. It ended up being a 13-7 game. So actually ended up being fairly close. It's just an uphill battle from the beginning because the deployment just really screwed me. The deployment really favors somebody that doesn't need to get across the board, which kind of sucks. And my opponent just being so far ahead. In hindsight, he definitely deserved to win the tournament, so kudos to him. I'm glad he did. He was crushing people left and right. Matter of fact, beating me 13-7 was by far the closest game he had. Everybody else, he was just crushing with 20 or more points. So I guess I can't blame myself too much about that. Although I'd like to play it again. So yeah, good tournament for the Beast Herds. We ended up taking 6th place out of 98 players. I won Best Beast Herds player. So yeah, I was happy with the performance. It was a lot of fun. All 5 games were a lot of fun. It was very friendly throughout, so that was nice. So anyway, that's it here. Thank you so much for watching the video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has a variety of functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like or comment on the video, you can favorite it, you can share it, and of course you can subscribe to the channel. And I encourage you to do any or all of those things as a way of interacting between viewer and producer. As always, I appreciate your patronage on the channel and wish you all the best.